We'll get another power series. We're going to use the ratio test. And let's write this down. N goes to infinity. Absolute value x minus 1 to the n plus 1 over n plus 1 times 3 to the n plus 1. And then we're going to divide by the an, or multiply by its reciprocal. Okay, one thing at a time. Let's reduce it as n goes to infinity. And the first thing I'm looking at is this thing over here, which is going to be x minus 1. All right, the next thing I'd probably look at is the 3. And that's not so bad either, because 3 to the n plus 1, just get a 3 in the bottom. I'll write that down for you. All right, and then I go look at this n business over here. What do I get? I get n over n plus 1. Now, as the limit goes towards infinity, it has nothing to do with x. So what do I get over here? I get the absolute value of x minus 1 over 3. By the way, we want this to be less than 1. And that would just be, the limit as n goes to infinity, n over n plus 1 is just 1. So this is going to be less than 1. Let's write this down. So it means the absolute value of x minus 1 less than 3. And that means x minus 1 is between 3 and minus 3. All right, what do you do now? Add 1 to all sides. You get minus 2, you get x, and you get 4. Again, all I did was add 1 to all sides. My trouble now is the endpoints. I got to look at those. And by looking at those, you look at one at a time. Like, for example, I looked at this point over here, which is going to be 4. What would you get? You would get, let's see, you get 3 to the n, right, if you did 4. And then when you bottom, what do you get there? You would get, let's see, n and 3 to the n. Well, gee, lo and behold, that just cancels off, and you're left off with 1 over n. That's divergent, by the way. If we did that sum, that's a divergent sum. So don't include the 4. Let's try the minus 2, though. What do you get? Well, what do you get? You get minus 3 to the n. I'm trying to do minus 2 now. And on bottom, what do you get? You get 3 to the 3n. Well, I'm going to write it a little differently. I'm sorry, I forgot not 3, I'm sorry. It's n, 3 to the n. I'm going to write a little differently on top. I'm going to write as minus 1 to the n, and then 3 to the n. Same meaning, by the way. What do you get over here? 3 to the n. Well, that reduces, and you get this over here. And by the way, I know this series, n equals 1 to infinity of minus 1 over n is convergent. So what's this going to be? Included. So this is a fine answer. You could also write down interval notation, which means from minus 2 up to 4, but don't touch it. Either one's fine. Thank you.